Cristiano Ronaldo, a name that echoes through stadiums across the world. A player whose talent, ambition, and drive redefined what it meant to dominate the game. From impossible free kicks to breathtaking goals, he conquered La Liga, Europe, and the hearts of millions. But behind the trophies, the records, and the glory, there was a question that lingered. Why did he leave Real Madrid at the peak of his powers? Tonight, we dive into the untold story behind Cristiano Ronaldo's departure, exploring the tensions, the controversies, and the legacy he left behind. In the summer of 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo arrived at Real Madrid with a promise to change history. The world watched as a young, hungry superstar transformed into one of football's greatest icons. Season after season, he shattered records, collected Ballon d'Or trophies, and became the unstoppable force of the Champions League. At first, Ronaldo's connection with teammates and the club president, Florentino Pérez, seemed strong. He was the centerpiece of a team built for glory, a living symbol of ambition and excellence. Yet, even amidst unparalleled success, subtle tensions began to simmer, setting the stage for one of football's most debated departures. Behind every football legend, there is a story of leadership, ambition, and sometimes, conflict. Cristiano Ronaldo and Florentino Pérez, the man who brought him to Real Madrid, shared a relationship built on mutual respect, and at times, tension. In the early years, it seemed like a perfect match. Ronaldo delivered the goals, the records, and the prestige, while Perez supported his superstar with the resources and recognition a player of his caliber deserved. Yet, as seasons passed, cracks began to show. Whispers of disagreements over contracts, squad decisions, and Ronaldo's perceived role in the club began to surface. The tension wasn't sudden, it was subtle, growing quietly behind closed doors. Some say Perez wanted to assert control, others that Ronaldo's ambition simply outgrew the club's management style. Either way, the friction became impossible to ignore, casting a shadow over even the brightest moments of his Real Madrid career. As if internal tensions weren't enough, another storm was brewing. Cristiano Ronaldo, like many football superstars, faced the harsh scrutiny of public opinion, and in Spain, that came in the form of legal battles. Accusations of tax evasion hit the headlines, turning Ronaldo from a hero on the pitch into a figure under intense public and media scrutiny. The pressure was relentless. Every match, every interview, every appearance seemed to be weighed against the backdrop of controversy. The media questioned not only his actions but also his loyalty and character. Even if the accusations were eventually settled, the damage lingered. The trust between player, club, and public had been tested, leaving Ronaldo in a position where he had to consider his future beyond Madrid. This was no longer just a football decision, it was personal, professional, and legal all at once. The burden of fame, combined with the legal pressures, added a layer of complexity to the already fragile relationship with the club. For a player used to winning on every front, this was a challenge unlike any other. Even at the peak of his powers, Cristiano Ronaldo's hunger never waned. Trophies, records, and accolades had filled the cabinet, but for Ronaldo, football was never just about what he had achieved, it was about what he could still conquer. As Real Madrid evolved, with new players emerging and squad dynamics shifting, Ronaldo began to weigh his future. Could he continue to dominate in Spain, or was it time for a new challenge, a fresh stage to test his limits? The pull of ambition was undeniable. Ronaldo's mind was on legacy. He wanted to prove, once again, that he could thrive anywhere, that his greatness was not confined to one club or one league. The allure of a new chapter, a chance to redefine himself on a different stage, grew stronger with each passing season. His decision was not impulsive, it was the calculated move of a player who always sought to leave an indelible mark on football history. And so, the stage was set. The combination of internal tensions, public pressure, and unyielding ambition all pointed toward a turning point. One that would forever change the trajectory of both Ronaldo and Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo's departure left a void that was impossible to ignore. Real Madrid had lost not just a player, but a symbol of an era, a figure whose presence had defined a decade of dominance in Spain and Europe. The club faced the challenge of rebuilding, both on the pitch and in the locker room. Emerging talents like Vinicius Jr. began to step into the spotlight, and the team had to adapt its strategy to maintain its competitive edge. Champions League triumphs continued, but the dynamic had shifted. Madrid was no longer a team built around a single unstoppable force. It had to evolve into a more collective entity. Off the field, Ronaldo's exit also sparked discussions about leadership, loyalty, and player management. It forced the club to reflect on how to balance ambition with harmony, how to nurture talent without losing it to the lure of new challenges elsewhere. In many ways, Ronaldo's departure marked both an end and a beginning, the close of a golden chapter and the dawn of a new era, where the lessons learned from his time at the club would shape Real Madrid for years to come. When we ask who is truly responsible for Cristiano Ronaldo's departure, the answer is never simple. Was it Florentino Pérez, whose leadership style and decisions may have clashed with Ronaldo's ambitions? Or was it the relentless public scrutiny and legal pressures that weighed heavily on a superstar used to winning? Perhaps, above all, it was Ronaldo himself, driven by an unyielding desire to conquer new challenges and secure a legacy beyond Real Madrid. The truth is that departures of this magnitude rarely have a single cause. They are shaped by a complex web of personal ambition, institutional dynamics, and external pressures. In the end, Ronaldo's exit was the product of many forces colliding, an inevitable turning point in the story of one of football's greatest icons. Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid, but his legend remains. Trophies, records, and unforgettable moments continue to define his era. His departure reshaped the club, tested its resilience, and left an indelible mark on football history. Now we want to hear from you. Who do you think is most responsible for Ronaldo's exit? Florentino Pérez, the pressures off the pitch, or Ronaldo himself? Comment your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into football's greatest stories.